There's a very famous story about you, I think, taking a call for a deal in your daughter's princess tent in her bedroom at some point. Is that right?
That's true. That is true. That is not even the craziest place I've taken a call. But yes, when the client calls, when the client calls, you want to pick up the phone. But you can also find time to go to the gym, to have your passions outside of work, whatever it may be, charity work, family, other commitments, because you do need to have that balance to be effective for your clients and for the company.
Mm-hmm. I do think you need the balance. I also think it's important that you assert what you need. I mean, one of the things I've been very, very encouraged, I've certainly tried to do, and I've been very, very encouraging of people who work for me, men and women, is I'm like, you need to tell me. Do you know what I mean? I can't imagine in my way into what you need. So for example, in my situation, my other half has a job where he travels an enormous amount. And what it means is that I actually, sometimes on weekends or Fridays, will go to where he is, just because for practical purposes, it's more practical than him getting home to New York. And it means I'm on the road at times when it's not explicitly for work. I am available by phone, you know, all those sorts of things. But so my direct boss is someone you've probably heard of called Larry Fink. And I went and I spoke to him and I said, look, this is what Dominic does. I'm going to want to travel. And so you're going to find on Fridays, I'm sometimes not in the office. I'll always make sure you know when. I make sure, obviously, my assistant knows when I'm on a plane so that I'm not contactable, these sorts of things. But I said, I'm talking to you about this explicitly so you're not wondering where I am. And I'm also doing it so that I don't feel bad about not being in the office because I know you can contact me. And just asserting that, like, this is what work-life flexibility means for me. It means that I will often need to travel for a weekend or a Friday. And it felt much better because I know initially when I started out, what I'd try and do is sort of fudge it and sneak it in and hope no one noticed. And I felt that it actually created, there was a sort of a miscommunication. And so that telling someone what I need, I actually found very helpful, and therefore I encourage people, tell me. So if it's that, you know, Thursday night I have choir that I'm in, or, you know, I want to go to the gym on this morning or whatever, or my kid's got a camp, whatever it is. But it's like, let's talk about it, so at least we're on the same page and we can talk about expectations and they're shared, because otherwise I worry that there'd be a miscommunication. And it does mean when I speak to Larry, and I often do on a weekend, his first question is always, where are you? And he's really disappointed when I'm in New York. But it has become something of our working relationship that I'm very grateful for. Now, having said that, I have come back from trips sometimes when there's been a problem and I'm needed back. I've cancelled trips at the last moment occasionally because they didn't work. So it's not like it's all gravy. There are times you have to make the compromise, but I've certainly found it easier that I feel like we've got at least a more shared set of expectations around what I need to have the balance that I want in my life.